Hey everyone, so we're at Madya. So with me is Dr. Qistina and Abdullah. So today we're going to learn how to cook a few dishes. Let's go.
Firstly, we start with oil first.
Okay.
I prefer it more oily. It's oily, right?
Yeah, I like it oily
Exactly.
too.
With extra chili. So, first we need to put the garlic first. Garlic. I like it extra. How about you?
I like it extra.
Okay,
So let's just put it all.
And we have this. Are you going to put it together or
I
later
think
on?
only garlic.
Okay.
That's it. Let's saute it.
Nicer.
Yes. Alright.
It'll be good with the garlic, yeah.
Result also.
Right.
Then pasta is very quick, very fast.
Exactly.
Oh, don't worry about the oil because it's olive oil.
Yeah.
Okay, would you like it to be here?
Middle, yes.
Yes.
Normally for the decoration, they will
Yeah.
make it nice.
Simple
That's
and
it.
easy.
So
Yay.
this is the outcome.
Yeah, I love it. It smells so good.
Of course, at home we will just make it simple for the kids.
No garlic bread.
Yeah, without the garlic
but
bread.
then this is a restaurant version. I guess that's all for today. So I hope you enjoyed cooking with us. It's a very simple dish for working mothers.
Yep.
Thank you, Abdullah, and thank you, Doctor, for joining me.
All right, no
And we'll see you back in the studio. Hello everyone, welcome to this episode of H Capital with me, Balqis, where we will be discussing on this week's topic, finding balance for working mothers during pandemic. So with me today is Associate Professor Dr. Qistina Donna Abdullah. She is the Senior Lecturer for the Faculty of Applied and Creative Arts Cinemas. Welcome to this show, Dr.
Thank you very much for inviting me today with this very interesting topic.
Okay, so obviously you have 3 beautiful children of your own, and you are juggling working full-time and also as a mom. How has that been like for you, and what are the challenges that you face during COVID?
Yeah, of course, as mothers, right? And also as a working woman. Before I embark into what we call the challenges, I would like to a little bit touch on the woman participation in the workforce has increased. As in Malaysia itself, it's about the 39.1% in the labor, what we call the female labor force. Participation in Malaysia is about 62%
Okay.
are mothers.
Yes.
Okay, so when talking about mothers, means that there are more women working in the workforce. So as a working woman myself, as a mother, as a wife, as a daughter, as a lecturer, and also as an advisor to my student, I have spent time thinking about these issues on these challenges of pandemic towards the working mothers, as myself as a working woman as well. So responsibility in the managing what we call the work during your work time, and also at home, because nowadays we are talking about working from home, right?
Yeah,
so during the pandemic, it was started last year
In March?
in 2020. Then until now, we are still doing working from home.
Yeah.
So it's not easy.
Yes.
It is really not easy. Whereby we have what we call that to adapt ourselves to the new environment of the new normal of pandemic, and then to stay at home with the kids. You know, how is this really make yourself feel like, apart from looking at the kids at home, you also have to do your own work at home.
Yeah.
And of course, when staying at home, it is not an office environment.
That's true.
Right? So the ability of you to transfer, to shift to the new normal, whereby you have to have this, what we call that, time management at home, and also what we call that, for yourself to learn the new technology, as because it is going to be a new device, that it is not at the office setting, so it at home setting, to find a new environment or a part at a house that you wanted to make your own office, without kids disturbing you, things
true.
like that. So it is because you work as a normal working hours, and you have to, of course, do your duty as if you are in the office. You know, so those are the challenges.
Yeah, so basically 100% for work at the office. You got to give your 100% to your kids.
Correct.
And I think, like, for me, the challenges is we lost a lot of support in terms of there's no childcare, especially for mothers who have young kids.
Correct.
And mothers who just gave birth.
Right.
During the pandemic, so there's no childcare. They are expected to work full time. So that one is a bit hard for me, I think, for a lot of mothers.
Exactly, because there's no childcare, there's no nursery to put the kids. You know, because normally when after school, my kids will go to the nursery at the afternoon. So now they're staying at home.
Yeah.
So apart from looking at my work, of course, I have to do meetings and all those, and also class online because I'm a lecturer. I also have to help kids in terms of their online classes.
Yeah, it's full-time remote learning. And of course, teachers, we love teachers, but they would expect full participation from them.
Right.
So I think for mothers who are working full-time and have kids who work full-time, so we have to think about internet access for both mom and kids.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And also the devices, because we might not have enough computers at home with the laptop and iPad or stuff like that. And also when you're talking about small kids at the primary school, you have to first teach them how to use the device.
That's true.
And then they will have to do this Google Meet class and all stuff like that. That will also take time because they, you know, you can't expect them to learn in an hour or things like that. It's going to be like culture every day.
Yeah,
like how you're going to on your device, start your class and stuff like that. So that is all the challenges faced by, we're talking about working mothers. During this pandemic 19.
So one of the topics that is frequently talked about is mental health. Do you feel that mental health differs pre-COVID and also during the COVID?
Yeah, a personal view, indeed, it is affected most of the world population. Okay, so because this is not only Malaysia, we're talking about world global pandemic 19. So this pandemic 19 resulted to the economic recession. We're talking about before and after, pre and post. So I would like to touch on some statistics here. National Health Issues 2021 found that many adults are reported specific negative impacts on their mental health and well-being, such as difficulty in sleeping, eating, they're having this eating disorder, increase in alcohol consumption as well, and then substance use, worsening chronic condition due to worry on this coronavirus also is a part of it. And also this pandemic is ongoing and necessary public health measure expose that this mental health is outcome such as isolation and also job loss, because many people lost their job. So when you look into the adults reporting symptom on anxiety disorder and also depressive disorder, in 2019 stated 11%, but now in 2021 it stated 41.1%. It is really huge. So it is really a problem right now, whereby people having this mental health disorder because of this, as what we read on newspaper, you know, and also on social media. Every day, almost every day, there were cases and things like that.
I think
that happen.
I think it's more to isolation and anxiety when it comes to not being able to, maybe they lost their job. So a lot of things that people have to worry about. So sometimes it gets a bit hard without any help, and you don't have the connection with another person. I think that's the reason why.
Because the mental health, it is like a taboo for us, especially in our Asian culture. We do not talk about it. So when you are at home, what we call it, when you stay at home, you do not meet people outside. And you only mingle around with your children at home, right? So you do not have that opportunity to open up to people or to talk to other people. So that is also, at the beginning of when the pandemic 19, we can see the trend. It is increased, but people do not talk about it. You know, nowadays we can see the result of it, where people kill themselves, you know, things like that. So we know that it is an issue. It is a serious issue nowadays because of this pandemic situation. Yeah.
All right. So I want to discuss to you on this survey done by McKinsey. So they found that in heterosexual dual income partnership, 70% of men said that they are sharing equal responsibility, although 44% of women agree. Do you feel that men and women share equal responsibility?
This is a sensitive issue.
But it needs to be said. It needs to be said.
Right. To be honest, myself, I would say this is only probably some of the people wouldn't agree.
Yeah.
But for myself, it is absolutely not equal.
Yeah.
Because when talking about household responsibility during this pandemic situation, if not this pandemic situation as well, women will have more responsibilities toward the household.
Yes,
when
true.
we're talking about McKinsey survey, just now they're talking about the women are more vulnerable to COVID-19 related to economic effects because of existing of gender inequality. So talking about the female job loss rate due to COVID is about 1.8 times higher than male.
That's true.
Means that women will lose their job more likely to men, whereby 5.7% versus 3.1% respectively. This is about the female job loss rates reported by Bowen Zhu in March 2021.
Okay.
So when you talk about women, it is of course not equal, especially during in our Asian culture. Everything is all, woman, wife have to do it at home.
True.
Of course the husband will help a little bit. In my case, when finish work, of course my husband will help a little bit on the
house chores
washing plates and stuff like that. But most of the thinking done by the wife or the mothers. So can you what we call that, imagine the wife will be at home willingly to work from home and taking care of the kids, and to have these extra responsibilities of thinking what are the scheduling like every day and what to cook, stuff like that is very easy. You have to do all the house chores and things like that. Of course, it's not equal. We're talking about 100%. Oh man,
that is not true, guys.
It is not gonna be equal.
Unfortunately,
very less that I heard people say, oh, my husband is doing this when he's doing cooking and I'm doing this. Very good for that particular working woman.
But majority is not the case.
Exactly, because the statistics have shown that women is having more responsibilities at home.
That's true. Anyway, we will discuss on the inequalities between men and women right after the break. Hello everyone, welcome back to H Capital with me, Balqis. So we are talking about finding balance for working mothers during pandemic. So Dr. Qistina, we were talking about gender inequalities. So when we talk about this, I think we all know that women, our natural role was supposed to be the caregiver at home. And for men, it's more to be the breadwinner. So but time has changed and a lot of women are working in the workforce now. Do you feel that because of the pandemic, that the women are downshifting or stepping away from the workforce because of it?
Okay, that is a very good point. As I mentioned earlier, a study by McKinsey, as you're saying just now, found that since the pandemic, 1 over 4 women will consider downshifting their careers and leaving the workforce completely. So this would be what we call it a complete disaster as well for the corporation or the organization that hired them, because as we understand women emotion as a mother, a mother natural passion towards their children and family, they will willingly step down or downshifting their career to looking after their families. So 1 out of 4 will willingly to do that because it is the thing that as a mother, as a wife, they will have to sacrifice in terms of that. When talk about husband and wife position, have this career themselves, so the mothers will willingly do that. So can be permanently or temporary.
Yeah.
Okay. When we talk about temporary as well, probably the mother will say, I will shift down during this pandemic. Until when, we don't know, but maybe 1 or 2 years.
Yeah.
We're willing, because I have know somebody that actually take what we call that work without what we
Pay,
call
unpaid
that
leave,
leave
yeah.
without pay,
Yeah.
unpaid leave, just to taking care of the kids at
Yeah.
home. So of course the woman will willingly do that, and they will want to do the.
I think that
shifting.
comes when you don't have support, or not enough support because of the pandemic, everything closed down. And also the society's mindset, I suppose, because women, we do feel responsible for our kids.
Correct.
No matter what we'll say, it's equal, but somehow we feel more, we feel guilty when we don't spend enough time. I know, like, as a working mom, definitely there are days when you come to work, you will feel guilty because you're like, I didn't spend time, I didn't hug, all these things are very natural to us.
Exactly. We're talking about that as well. When we have to go to work and we leave our kids at home, especially those have smaller kids at home during this pandemic. Of course, for us in Unimas as well, we do have to go to office as well sometimes, but not every day. It's like alternate days. So when you think about kids at home and you have to go to work, you don't feel
good.
Yeah, you feel uneasy.
Yeah.
What happened to their homework and stuff like that. So your brain keep working.
Your mind is elsewhere.
Exactly.
So what can the moms do to find a balance for themselves?
Okay, when you are at home and you're dealing with this situation, kids and family and online stuff. So the first thing, I think you have to be positive as a mother, as a working woman. Positive, adapt your attitude. So you have to, what we call that, redha. Because you are at home, right? You have to redha with the situation. You said that I can't control things because things will be still happening, pandemic. I have to change myself. So you have to be positive as well.
That's true.
Feelings, do your feelings and the stuff that you do at home. Engage in self-care. You also have to care yourself. If you are not healthy, how do you have to taking care of these children at home, right?
That's true.
So self-care is very important. So have some relax from stress and things like that. Become more organized. Of course, I can see mothers, they organize their kitchen, to occupy some time. They do their priority. What are your priority at home? When you work, you have to, of course, your priority on working and looking at the kids as well. So always stay connected with your friends. Especially you can have, nowadays we have so many, modern kind of
communication.
Skyping. Video calls, WhatsApp calls. Also, we can have a connection with your friends, so you stay connected. So other than that, involve children in whatever you do at home. So having some games or stuff like that, activities, so we can involve everybody at home. So at least that will make your, what we call that, the mothers less stressed at home. Less of mental issue, I hope.
So I think that was a good point. Like, self-care is very important. I think a lot of moms, it's natural for us to think about our kids, think about, husband, think about what you always forget about yourself. So I think once you prioritize that and have some time when your mindset, you're good, you're happy, then you can serve other people because you have served yourself.
Exactly, because you are healthy,
That's
positive
true.
in mind.
So when we talk about support, so we're going to talk about companies. What can the company do to assist mom in finding the balance, supporting the mom in the workplace?
Okay. Companies or organization, because when we work with the government, we will say that it is organization. Of course, it is going to be both play their role. So the companies or the organization will allow the staff or the working mothers to openly communicate. Like if you have some problems or if you cannot go to work or stuff like that, we must have active communication, engage with the company, so they will also listen, because maybe different people will have different challenges. So we do not know this particular person, what are their challenges, what are their problems. So the company have to do that. Adjust policies by not having the same policies as before. Because we are now working from home, policies have to be adjustable. You might want to have something that accommodate to the working mothers. So make work more sustainable by having probably help in terms of devices, you know,
Yes.
Wi-Fi or internet if we do not have. So I believe government, yes, they do help in terms of giving some devices, laptop or stuff like to the students. Yeah, I mean in the education line. Yeah. So it is going to be more flexible. So working now is no more like routine. It is really flexible, whereby mothers at home can also do their work easily from home without any disturbance. So I think the companies have to really support in terms of that. Another very important thing is that empower women leaders.
Yes.
So the women, even though at home, they're also leaders. They're also administrative staff. They're
we
also
are multitaskers.
managers. Yeah.
Yes.
So you have to. The companies have to make sure that the importance of the female in the working sector.
That's true.
Yeah. So I think that is.
One question I would like to ask you is the stereotypes that mothers face. What are the stereotypes that annoys you, irks you the most?
There are many, right? But of course, in our Asian culture, the one that really trigger me or make me think about it, the stereotype is house chore is always a woman job. People will say, you know,
that's true.
Whatever it is, whatever your status or your level in the company's organization, when it comes back to the house responsibility, it will always fall to the women or to the mothers as well.
So can we change that, people? We need to change that. Men, step up.
Correct. I would like to say this is also supported by some figures. Yeah, when you talk about parents full-time working, the laundry 52% done by a mother or the woman. Cleaning the house 49%, grocery shopping 49%, compared to men it's only 14%. You can see here. Preparing meals 45% out from 19% by men. So child care as well 42%, washes, dishes and stuff like that 38%. It is all shown in statistics saying that women will do more house chores or house responsibility than a man. So again, modern contemporary world, people will always say, partners will always say, oh, we share. You do things this, I do things this. So give and take, right? Stereotypes by the culture itself will still looking at the woman. They will say, house is really messy because of the mother is not,
that's
not
true.
arranging it. They are not going to say, oh, because of the husband. It's not going to be that. So the stereotype is still there.
And so I think supporting each other is very important.
Correct. Of course, we have to support each other in doing the house things and responsibilities.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Qistina, for joining me today. I enjoyed this discussion with you, and I hope everyone will learn a bit or two on how to support moms during pandemic. Thanks for joining us. I hope to see you again next week.
Thank you. Women out there, working mothers, we are super mom. Try to take this as a challenge, be positive to ourselves. Looking for the children is not an easy task to do. But as a super mom, we're like a superman. So we have to take this challenge, be positive, taking care of the world, make a world a better place to stay. Thank you.